Greg?
Yes, sir. Oh, she said a mouthful there.
Well, what we all recognize over the last 6 meetings is that you have tended to dominate the conversation from the task force.
Well, I really tried hard at it. However,
tell us what you've heard and what you're thinking.
Well, what I'm thinking is safety. I think pretty much as an operator, it's something you've got to work at. It just doesn't happen because you have a meeting. It doesn't happen because someone rewards you for it. What one person said, the person that did the evaluation of the system, what he said, what was key to me, was usually a person learns from mistakes. And unless a person has that mistake or knows of someone that's had that mistake and works at that, no matter what you do, he has to have it here. He has to want it. He has to work at it. As an operator, I work at it continually. When I'm in that seat, that's what I'm trying to focus on. It's a matter of focusing because things do happen fast. And when you're not looking ahead, I don't care if you're driving your automobile. If you're not looking ahead and you're not aware of what's around you and consciously thinking of that all the time, there it is. And that's what I've experienced in buses and now on the rail. No matter where you are, if you're moving, you got to stay focused. And things happen to people. We talked about preventable accidents. In my opinion, a preventable accident or a non-preventable accident is one where I'm going through an intersection in my train, and a person runs a light, I don't even see them. I'm in the intersection. However, if I'm approaching an intersection, I need to be aware. Pedestrians, bikes, autos, and stay focused. You know, lights change. You know, on the rail, I don't know if most of you are familiar with the signaling system on the rail. You've got auto traffic and you've got rail signals. You've got to be conscious of both. And with preempt in downtown Portland, you can leave one platform and get to the next intersection. You can leave on a what they call a permissive signal and get to the next intersection when they're supposed to be cascading and they're not. And yet, and still, you've got autos, you've got bikes, pedestrians. You've got to stay focused. It's when you're not focused that things happen. So to me, meetings are fine, but when it comes to safety, you have to figure out a way to get the individual to focus and stay focused while they're out there. Otherwise, you can say and do whatever, but until that individual sees what, and guess what? They've got things that recognize operators that do that. The Superior Performance Awards, the Superior Acknowledgement. You have operators there, and you say, hey man, you're a Grand Master. You don't just become a Grand Master just by operating a bus or a train. You can't have preventable accidents. You lose that status if you have preventable accidents. Not only that, you have to show up to work and do a good job every day. You don't say, well, you missed 5 days that month. Hey, you're not a master operator. TriMet offers that. And up until recently, they paid you well for it. They just removed part of that, which isn't too bad. But still, the individual that is thinking safety and wants to do a good job, they don't really look at that. Like myself, I'm a master operator, and I'm proud of it. I work at it. every day. You may see me out there and it seems easy, but it's not, folks. You have to work at this. Even to be a good auto driver, you have to work at it. You don't just get out there and operate a vehicle. And, well, yes, they do, but they don't do it for long without incident. You have to stay conscious. And that's why I'm a master operator. I try to stay focused from the time I leave the house and get into my automobile until the time I come home. I've got to be conscious of that. I've got to think about it. It's not like, well, what am I going to eat tonight? No, when I get behind the wheel or the motoring drum handle, I'm trying to be focused. Because things happen fast out there, folks. And a lot of people say, well, and you see it all the time. And I'm not like, I'm not one to report on people, but I will. I'll go up to an operator and I'll say, hey, you could do better than that. I saw you do this. And that's what it's all about. We work together. And when you're not good, I'm not good.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Both you and Shirley have been around the system a long time, and you're obviously among the best, I presume. It's
I try to
obvious
be.
You are. I'm curious to know your view on the general level of professionalism and commitment and concentration, if you will, of the operator staff at TriMet. I mean, you guys see all these people. You see the young ones come and go, or you see the old folks retire and all that.
Well, like I say,
how good are we?
well, it depends. As far as the people I deal with on the rail side, you know, I don't deal with buses much,
Yeah.
but on the rail side, you know, people want to be the best. You may not get the smoothest ride from a lot of them. However, they try to be safe. You know, it's not a good thing to have to fill out a report, whether you're blowing or violating a signal, which is almost like an accident. You know, everybody out there wants to be safe. They want to be good, but a lot of us work at it. Some of the people take it for granted. You know, they've been there for several years, and it just comes. It doesn't. Not only that, you never get to be 100%.
Sure.
Anyway, I've got to go.
That's a trade. Greg, thank you.
Yes, sir.
It comes with age, and I find a lot of the younger people, not just at TriMet, but in other corporations, a lot of them don't have the patience. They don't have the people skills. It's like they want things to happen quickly. And as far as, like I said, having patience with people in this area, it's just like with nursing. You have to have that people skill, no matter what type of person you're dealing with. And younger people have to grow into it. They're just not going to achieve it overnight. Like I said, old timers, the baby boomers, on the way out the door.
Amy, comments?
No, very good comment.
Rob?
No, fine, yeah.
Okay. Very helpful. Thank you. We have 4 people who had signed for public testimony, and I apologize that we're running late, but I still want to continue this. Darla?